Hello, welcome to my channel or welcome back. Today's video is an update for Expand Those Pans. In Expand Those Pans, you're trying to take eyeshadows that already have pan in them and then using them more times so that you expand the pan. And this project was started by Dora, who is Fuchsia Soul here on YouTube, and I will of course link her channel. And even though she's no longer doing this, I am still enjoying it. I am actually making my way through most of my eyeshadows with pan, so I'm not really sure once I've done that, am I going to take a pause until I hit more pans, or we'll have to see, because it hasn't happened yet. And I have been hitting more pans, just not as many as I was like maybe a year or two ago, but also I had much older eyeshadow at that point, so a lot more uses for each eyeshadow. But what I like to do is I roll in 3 shades randomly and use them 10 times each and then report back. So last time, my 3 eyeshadows, I'm going to have them on the screen with the before and after. The first one was a single called Snake Eyes, and this one took me the longest to use. It's just, I think, because it's a neutral eyeshadow mostly, and I was trying to not just use it on like the lower lash line or things like that. I was trying to, appreciate the eyeshadow, because it is a pretty eyeshadow, even if neutral is not always my cup of tea. Exhibit A. With the 10 uses, I used 0.08 of a gram. Not a lot. There's a good chance this eyeshadow will expire before I get to actually finish it up. It is one of the oldest eyeshadows in my collection currently, so, it's a matter of time, but it's okay. The next eyeshadow that was rolled in was the 4th shade in my Dollhouse palette, and this one was a really easy one to use just because it works perfectly as an inner corner shade for most looks that I do. I feel like a pink eyeshadow works well with cool tone looks, but then it also works with warm tone looks with oranges and yellows and things like that. So even with a green, it can work. So yeah, it's pretty universal. And yeah, so I used it 10 times, but it's not a single, so I can't really weigh it, but I think you can definitely see the expansion. And then the final shade was from my Stone Vibes palette, which is in my Pan That palette. And I decided to go ahead and still count it for this, because obviously I'm trying to use those eyeshadows as much as I can or wish to use it up. So, getting the 10 uses was fine. Now, some of you know that if you've been watching, I like to use that eyeshadow in conjunction with another one from the palette for my eyebrows, although recently I have just been using the darkest shade and not this one. But I did make sure to actually use this as an eyeshadow, not just a brow shadow. And, it's fine. It's a very warm brown, which it's not always my vibe. I guess if I'm going neutral, I usually go more like neutral or cool toned or very warm, not that in between type. But we are going to roll in 3 new eyeshadows so that I can work on expanding some more pans. All right, so the first one, and it might not be in focus, so you'll have to, I guess, trust me a bit, is Unexpected, which I guess I have not done this one. Let's see. I've had so many pages of Expand Those Pans, but I mean, if it's coming up, then I guess I will trust that I haven't had that one, so fine. That's another older one, and I've actually considered repressing it into a smaller pan, but maybe we'll see how it looks after 10 uses. Oh, Riches is a new eyeshadow, like a new pan that I hit recently, so okay. And Sickly 16. Is that the purple shade? I'm gonna have to look. If it's the purple shade, I'm gonna re-roll, but I think it might not be. So, all right, let me go ahead and get these ready. Okay, so I'm back. I found the shades, I swatched the shades, and you know what? I should take a picture in this lighting. This is better. Although, I'm sorry, my hands are very dry. I thought about putting on moisturizer, but I had already started to swatch. and now I'm getting sparkles on my pants. Okay, so the Sickly Sweet shade, you can see then, was a yellow shade, and actually I wanted to look. So I'm trying to use all of my eyeshadows 10 times each, maybe in a year. We'll see how long it takes. I wanted to see though, let's see. Okay, perfect. That one, wait, 12, 13, 14, 15. Hold on, it was 16. Okay, that one I still had 5 more uses that I had not done of my 10. So, you know, part of it would have felt kind of like a waste, just because I wanted, you know, if I'd already hit 10 and then to have to use another 10. I mean, it's fine. Like, I like the eyeshadow. It just, you know, I want to make sure that I'm using a bunch of my different eyeshadows and not just the same ones all the time. And then same with this Riches shade. I've actually only used it 4 times as of this moment. And so I just hit pan and then that's it. So, you know, another 10 uses, not a big deal. And then Unexpected, let's see, I've only used it 4 times and I didn't actually use it the last month and I haven't used it yet this month. So great, because now I can actually get some uses in. So I do get sparkle in my hair too, I think. All right, so I am looking forward to using these. These are definitely all colors that I like, and they weren't the type that I hit pan in just because I was forcing it. Like Unexpected was definitely, I just had it for a while, but I also use it a lot, and it is getting old. So, you know, even though I can't buy it anymore because the brand doesn't exist, I would like to use it up and, you know, really enjoy it. And then the Riches shade, I still have plenty left in it. And again, I want to get my use out of it. It wasn't, you know, cheap. And then the yellow shade, another one that the palette is being made by a different way. I don't know if this shadow is in the new version or not. But yeah, it's just going to go bad. So that's the whole idea of this, is that I'm not, you know, treating everything as precious, but, you know, they are precious and special, but then they should get used, okay? You know, it's like if you bought a bunch of chicken and then didn't eat it because you're like, oh, but then I won't have the chicken anymore. It's like, yeah, but then you just have to throw it out. And that was a big waste of money because meat's expensive. So use your eyeshadows, use your makeup, and thank you for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this, and until my next video, I hope you'll be doing well, and I'll see you then. Bye!